Hello, guys. This is from Mrs. Abby, and welcome to part 10 of the spring series called Spring Your Indoor Plants. In this video right here, I'm going to be giving you some information on three things that you need to be careful about this spring and this summer concerning your houseplants. One of the things you need to be concerned about is the type of water that you're going to be using to water your plant. The second thing that you need to be concerned about is the types of pot your plants are in. And the third thing you need to be worried about is the method of watering. Of course, there are other things that you need to be concerned about, and I will bring them up in another video, but for the sake of time, I'm only going to be doing three in this video. Okay, the first one, the type of water. You need to be concerned about it. First, you need to know what type of water, what type of chemicals that are in your water. I received a little package from the city that I lived in saying that if I wanted to test my water for the different chemicals, I could do that. I never opened it. I just put it aside. And you can do the same thing in the city and town that you live in. If you can, you might want to, do that. Okay, the types of water, of course, you have the tap water. And on some of the faucets of the tap water, you might have a filter, which filters out a lot of the chemicals that's in the water. There is two chemicals that you need to be concerned about. Of course, there are other chemicals too, but I'm just going to talk about the fluoride and the chlorine that's in the water. A lot of houseplants do not like the fluoride in the chlorine that's in your water. So there are some things that you can do. There's something that you can do to help, with the chlorine and the fluoride. Now, you really can't get rid of all the chemicals in the water, but you can get rid of some of it. So, like I said, you can buy a filter and put it on your faucet, and that will help get rid of a lot of the chemicals in the water. You can also do like what I do. I take the tap water and I take some jugs or some empty water bottles, and I fill them up with water, tap water, and I just let them sit out uncovered without the lid. And I let it sit for 24 hours and sometimes 48 or 72. It's your preference. But what's happening when you do that is that the chlorine is going to evaporate. The fluoride goes to the bottom of the jug or the water bottle. So once it goes to the bottom, you do not want to use that water at the bottom to water your plant. You want to take that water from the bottom of the jug or the bottle water, and you want to pour it out. So another method you can use as far as watering your plants, it is to use bottled water, like distilled water. I used to use distilled water. I no longer buy distilled water to water my plants, but a lot of people that I know that have plants, they still use distilled water. Another thing you can do, I was told this, is to boil your water, and that will help get rid of some of the chemicals out of the water. I have never tried boiling the water just for the sake of getting rid of the chemicals as far as using them for my house plant, but who knows, I might try that one day, and I will come back and let you all know how it works. So you have to be careful about the type of water that you are using, and you have to know your plants. In order for you to know what type of water your plants need, you have to know a little about your plants. So do a little research on your plants. Go watch some more videos where people are telling you about the different plants and what they need. And you can become very educated about your plants, and your plants can do very well. One of the reasons why you want to be careful about what type of water is because it's going to determine whether you have brown spots on your plants, whether your plant has brown leaves on your plant, and whether your plant is going to look healthy. So the water that you're using for your plants are very, very, very important. So the second thing that you need to be concerned about is the types of pots your plants are in. Now it is very important to know what type of pot that your house plant is sitting in. So what you need to do is take one of your plants or all of your plants. If you think there's a problem with the pot, you need to know what's in the bottom of the pot. So in order to do that, you need to take one of your plants, like this plant right here, and I'm gonna keep it in this little decorative pot so I won't get soil all over, potted soil all over my counter. So you need to remove the plant. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Just take it and remove the plant like that. See how I removed it? And then you need to look in the bottom of it to see what kind of pot it is. And I'm just going to place this right here in this pot right here for now. And I'm going to be taking, and I'm going to be looking at what kind of what's in the bottom of this pot. And let me move all this dirt out of here. And now hopefully I can see it. Okay, this pot right here is very good. There are no ridges. They're standing up. It is a very nice pot. The drainage holes are large enough to drain all the water. I love this little pot here. I guess that's why that plant there is doing so well. This is how you want your plant to look. This is the pot. And there's nothing that's sticking out right here. And on the inside, there's nothing but straightness all the way, all across. And that's how you want your pot to look. So I'm going to place the plant back in this pot right here. So that's how you check to see whether your pot is right for the plant. Now, here's a very dangerous pot. Take a look at this pot here. Hope you can see it. See that little part right there? That is higher than the bottom part of the pot. This is a very dangerous pot. This pot right here will hold water. I had a plant in this pot. I didn't realize what this pot looked like in the bottom. So as soon as I got it, I removed it from the pot to check out the bottom of the pot, and this is what I saw. So this is one of the pots that you want to be very careful about. So I'm going to show you about this pot right here. If I put water in it, show you how dangerous it is that it can hold water for a long time. Your plant could actually be sitting in water and you not realize it, because you see those drainage holes right there. But if you notice down in there, there's no drainage hole around there. See, around that part, there's no drainage hole. So I'm going to put some water and let you see that the water can sit here in the bottom of that pot. See what I mean? Look at the water that can actually be sitting there, because see where the drainage holes? See? This is a dangerous pot. And I can hold this pot up. You see there's no water that is draining through this pot. And your plant could be sitting there for days and weeks and months. And then you'll be wondering why your plant got root rot, because you didn't check the pot that the plant came in. You have to be very careful about it. Another thing you have to be careful about is this type of pot here. You see this pot that has that saucer? See it? Okay. It has drainage holes, but when the water drains from the drainage hole, it goes into another saucer. This saucer is attached to this pot. This is a very dangerous pot. So what I do is I remove all of my saucers from my pots. If you have a plant that you bought and it has a saucer, it's best to remove it. Sometimes it won't look that attractive, but at least your plant will be healthy and it will not get root rot. So just stay tuned. I'm going to show you how I remove this. Okay, I have these gloves on because I do not want to break one of my nails, so I just move it like this, and you pop it off, and it comes off. And notice the drainage hole. Then you won't have to worry about water sitting in the pot and you not realizing it. Now I'm getting ready to do a how to water your plant on the third one of the method of water, and I'm going to show you, if you decide to keep this on, how to water your plant if you decide to keep it on, because you don't want to get root rot. Not only that, when your plant sits in water, it can get brown leaves, yellow leaves, it can get disease and everything. So you want to make sure you are careful about the types of pot that you are using. Okay, you notice here, I removed all of these here from my pots. I do not have them on there because I don't want to forget to and leave water in the bottom of these right here. So here's another pot that can be very dangerous if you use this pot here to repot. Look at it, there's no drainage holes in this pot. So I would not use a pot like this. I use these pots here only because I place a pot that already has drainage holes and I place it in this for decorations. Here's another one of these pots that you want to be careful about. No drainage holes. Now you can place drainage, you can put drainage holes in these if you like, but you want to be very careful about these right there. Okay guys, now I'm going to be giving you the third thing to be careful about, and that is the method of your watering. So just stay tuned. Okay guys, I'm going to be using this Mother's-in-Law Tongue Sansevieria plant to illustrate to you or demonstrate to you how the proper way to water your house plants this spring. Now, you can use a whole lot of other methods if you know methods, but this is just a very simple way to do it. Now, you can either take your plants to the sink and water them, or you can just let them sit in the area that they're in. And if you want them to sit in the area they're in, you want to use a saucer to catch the water, like this right here. Take the plant and put it in the saucer and then do the watering. Now, since this plant has a saucer attached to it, this is what you want to be very careful about. So I'm just going to take this plant right here and I'm going to place it in the sink. I'm not going to use the saucer. Okay, whether you use the saucer or the sink, you still need to be careful about the attached saucer. That's going to be your concern. That's why I always remove these, and then I won't have that problem. But let's say that you don't want to remove them. I'm going to show you how to water your plant and how you can get rid of the water from sitting at the bottom of the pot. So you can either use the faucet and the faucet water, or you can use some water you have in a water can or a empty water bottle. And I'm just going to use this water right here because it's been sitting out for a while, for over 24 hours. And I'm going to water this plant right here. Now I'm going to do a thorough water of this because, as you all know, the Sansevierias, you don't have to water them that often. I water this plant like every 3 weeks or maybe a month. Sometimes goes by before I water it, and it does very well when you don't water it that often. Okay, I'm going to do a thorough water, so it's probably going to take more than 1 bottle of water to do this because I want to make sure that it gets a lot of water, because I'm not going to be watering it for a while. And I turn it, and I'm just going to add some more water. Now, like I said before, see the bottom of that water there? I'm not going to use it because it probably has some fluoride in it, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to pour it out. And when I finish, I'm going to fill this bottle back up, sit it aside, uncover for about 24 hours or 48 hours, and then I'm going to put the top back on. I have another bottle just like that, and I'm going to do it again. And I'm going to water it again. I'm going to turn it so we can get water. The entire plant can be watered. Okay. Again, here's the bottom of the water right there. I'm not going to be using that part because it may have some chemicals in it. Pull that out. Okay, I let the plant sit for a while before I decide to drain it. And just for demonstration purposes and not to make this film too long, I'm going to show you that saucer there is filled with water. Okay, so then we just want to tilt it to the side and make sure that all the water drains from the saucer. Then after it stops draining, you want to sit it up again. And you want to wait a while. What I usually do is, and I can't do it on this film because it would take too long, I usually go and do something else, water another plant or something like that, and I'll come back sometimes in 5 minutes to see what's going on with it. And then it probably done drain some more into this saucer, and then I just pour the water off like that again. And I do that several times before I place my plant back in the proper location, because I do not want my plant sitting in water where it's going to get root rot or brown spots or brown tips or anything like that. And you want to do that as many times as it takes if you want to take good care of your plants. Now, that's how you want to do it if you're going to keep this saucer attached to the pot. Now, if you detach it, you still want to make sure that you are tilting it, because water can still drain. And even if you take this off right here, that saucer, you still want to move the water around in the pot, and you want to tilt it this away, and then you want to stand it back up this away, because it's going to drain from the bottom again, from the center, and you want to do it again. You notice how it's still water coming out because I thoroughly watered. You want to continue to do this and make sure that this pot is not holding any type of water. Still dripping. Okay, guys, now I'm not going to continue to do it because you get the point of what I'm trying to make. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoy watching this video here, telling you about 3 things that you need to be watchful for. One means being the type of water you're using, the types of pots your plants are in, and the method of watering your plants. Thank you guys very much for watching. Please subscribe, comment, tell me some methods you are using or some experiences you've had with different pots, and share this with your family and friends, and give this a thumbs up. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.